One of the great quarterbacks, one of the great teams of the late 60s and through the 70s was the Minnesota Vikings, and they were quarterbacked back in 1970 and 69-70 by a great quarterback named Joe Kapp. We're going to talk to his son right now, who has written a book called Joe Kapp, The Toughest Chicano, a Life of Leadership, new book that just came out a couple of months ago, tells a really interesting and inspirational story about his dad. And J.J. Kapp joins us today from out in Northern California. And J.J., real pleasure to talk to you. How are you tonight?
I'm great, and thank you for having me on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, great to have a chance to talk with you. As we mentioned before we went on, I just kind of was looking up, maybe who's available or what was going on, because I remember in 1970, that was the first Super Bowl I ever remember watching on TV. I was a young child of about 8 or 9 years old, and that was the first one I saw, Kansas City and Minnesota, and I remember watching your dad, and he really became one of my early favorite quarterbacks.